After getting off work, a woman returned home to see a strange man opening her door. Thinking he was a burglar, she quickly stepped forward to stop him, telling him this was her house. But the man said the house was one he had just rented. Hearing this, she didn't believe him at all. She took out her key and opened the door, proving the house was hers. Seeing this, the man also took out an identical key and opened the door just the same. Witnessing this scene, she was completely stunned. To figure out what was going on, the two of them called the landlord over. Seeing this situation, the landlord quickly explained that he had recently been fighting with his wife, so he didn't know his wife had rented the house to the man. Hearing this, she was furious because it would be very difficult for her to find another place to live now. The landlord could only suggest they share the rental together. Hearing this suggestion, she refused on the spot. But the landlord said if she agreed, he would refund half the rent. Having said that, the landlord left. She couldn't really refuse anymore because she didn't have much money to begin with. Seeing this situation, the man immediately told her he would only be staying for 3 months. Hearing this, she couldn't say much more. But to protect herself, she still made a few rules with the man. First, the man couldn't disturb her rest. Second, the man couldn't walk around shirtless at home. Third, the man had to maintain a distance of at least 1 meter from her. Hearing these rules, the man felt helpless. After she finished speaking, she returned to her room to rest. The next day, when she went to work at her new company, she was shocked to discover that her new boss was the very CEO she was sharing the rental with. Seeing her come to intern at his company, the CEO immediately called her into his office and set several rules for her. Listening to the CEO's demands, she was well aware he was getting back at her. But in order to stay at this company, she still decided to take the initiative to be friendly toward the CEO. So she deliberately went to the CEO's room to help him clean. But while she was cleaning, she accidentally knocked over an art piece on the CEO's desk. When she picked it up, she discovered the art piece was broken. Just as she didn't know what to do, the CEO suddenly came home. She was startled by the sound and quickly picked up the item and walked out of the CEO's room. Seeing her at his room door, the CEO asked what she was doing. She nervously said she was cleaning, then prepared to leave. When the CEO returned to his room, he immediately noticed his art piece was broken and started blaming her, kicking her out of the rental. Seeing this, she felt terrible inside. But considering that she had indeed broken the CEO's art piece, she felt too embarrassed to argue and could only take her luggage out to hail a cab to a hotel. However, she tried for a long time and couldn't get a ride. What surprised her was that before long, the CEO also came outside. The moment she saw him, she thought he was calling her back. But what surprised her even more was that seeing she couldn't get a ride, the CEO used his special connections to call a car for her. Seeing this, she cursed the CEO countless times in her mind. After arriving at the hotel, she was shocked when she saw the room prices. She immediately left the hotel. But with nowhere to go, she didn't know where to turn. After thinking it over, she had no choice but to drag her luggage to the company, planning to temporarily stay in the company's storage room.